Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play. We're gonna start up with exploring more of the mansion now that I have the armor key, which is the second of 4 keys that I need to explore all of these lovely little doors here. So I'm gonna actually just go on a little sort of rant here, but it's a rant. Not a rant. I think that might be too much. It might be too strong, because here's the thing. I feel like I've come a long way in terms of my level of patience, I think. Casting on Twitch has really tried my patience a little bit. But now I feel like I've gotten it back. You know, I'm older now. I've come to understand people a little better. But with that in mind, and now that I'm on YouTube, I have a different set of like concerns, that sort of thing. So it's rant slash PSA. But before I do that, yes, this room right here, absolutely legendary. Anybody who played the original game, oh dear. Okay. So I hope he doesn't bust out right now. We know what's gonna happen. Keeper's Diary. Here we go. Played poker tonight with Scott and Elias. I don't know how to say that name. And that's a real name, isn't it? I've seen people with that name. It looks like a skinned gorilla. Feeding instructions were to give it live animals. Yikes. Threw in a pig. Creature seemed to play with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out the guts. Ugh. He handed me another one and told me to put it on. Said there'd been an accident in the basement lab. Just knew something like this would happen. Those bastards in research never sleep, even on holiday. How dare they? And that's true. I mean, that is a stereotype that's very true. I was doing a PhD, and yep, that's what you're supposed to do. I didn't do it. But yeah, so the files, I'm kind of reading part of them, but this is for your perusal. I think I might have missed a few along the way, so I do apologize. This is not a 100% playthrough. Some things I just didn't pick up out of necessity. Some things I didn't pick up because I didn't have space for them, and some things I didn't pick up because I didn't want to run into enemies grabbing them, so there you go. My entire body feels hot and itchy. Scratch the swelling. Ugh. What the hell's happening to me? And why am I still writing in a diary when a huge chunk of flesh just fell off my body? Today hungry, need doggy food. Itchy, itchy, Scott came, ugly face, so killed him. Tasty. Itchy, tasty. That's like I think that's the most iconic page in a file in Resident Evil. Just gonna go ahead and... I think that dude got activated too. The guy that was lying on the ground, on the floor over there too. The only criticism I have about this part is that instead of making this a cutscene, they should have had the zombie bust out of the doors in-game. That would have been crazy scary. Like, if you're running by it, he would have just bolted out of there. Dude, that would be awesome. Like, you know it's coming. You know it's gonna happen, but it still scares the crap out of you. So I feel like they dropped the ball a little bit on that one. And you know they're capable of it because just prior to this, there was a door that randomly opened. A zombie randomly opened the door. So they're definitely capable of that. It's just for some reason they felt a cutscene was more appropriate. I don't know. Okay, so I had to kind of take a moment, get back in the game. But back to my little PSA, my public service announcement for YouTube. Given that you guys are watching, I think it's appropriate to say it here, right? Now, just the other day, I got a message from somebody. Oh, that worked out beautifully, by the way. I'm so happy that I got a headshot there because I don't have to worry about him. I know I need to come back and forth here. So going back to this, just the other day, I got a comment on one of my YouTube videos, and YouTube has this interesting thing where the comment won't show up the comment won't show up on the video, so sometimes I can't tell that somebody's left a comment until I check my email that's linked to my YouTube, my Gmail account. So I see in my Gmail that I had a comment on one of my videos, one of the videos in this Let's Play, that said, I think the precise, just to give you a quick paraphrasing of it. Hey man, liked your video so much that I gave you a sub and a like. Please watch my channel. One of those. If you're a Let's Player, you know these very, very well. And back in the day, I used to, especially if someone subbed me and gave me a like on my videos, I would say, oh hey, okay, I'll check out your videos. To me, that never works out well. One thing that I will never do, and I watch other people's videos all the time, I do. When I get the chance. I don't have the lightest schedule in the world, so I don't watch videos like I want to, but I do when I do, basically. And I enjoy the people that I'm subscribed to and that sort of thing. But one thing that nobody can say that I've ever done is gone to their channel, and say, hey, I liked your video, please watch my video. People, please, if you guys are aspiring Let's Players, and I'm still an aspiring Let's Player, believe me, don't do that. That's just something that you don't do. Because let me tell you something, there's definitely a time and a place for advertising your video. That's what it is. It's advertising. And I'm sorry that posting a comment on somebody else's channel, on somebody else's video, asking them and other people too, because whoever's watching that video is going to see your comment. So you're advertising on another person's hard work. I think that's inappropriate. Like, that's not right. I expressly wrote a rule, and I was very explicit about a rule that I had on my Twitch channel and Hitbox too, I think, where I said, don't come in here and advertise your stuff. I don't go into your channel and advertise my stuff, so don't come in here and advertise. So Barry came by and dropped off some stuff, which is nice. It'll be interesting to see what event exactly triggers that, but hey, I'm thankful. So let me see what he left. Okay, a bunch of first aid sprays. So what I'm hoping is to not use any of the first aid sprays. And I feel like I'm in decent shape. I'm starting to get a good amount of herb mixtures. So anyway, I would tell people, please don't come into my channel and advertise your stuff. If I happen to come across your channel and I like what I see, then fine, I'll give you a follow, or if it's on YouTube, I'll give you a sub, or I like your video, whatever the case may be. And that's not to sound arrogant, but I don't think that's very fair. Somebody worked hard and posted a video on YouTube. That's not grounds for you to then go on their channel and try to spam your stuff on them. I'm sorry, that's just not proper etiquette. It's not. I would never do that. There's a lot of people that I'm kind of, I'm getting to know on YouTube that don't do that either. It's not right. It's not right. And so what I used to do is I used to be very soft on people. So I would say, oh, okay, well, I'll get to, this would be my thing. Oh, okay, I'll watch your video later. It wasn't that I didn't want to watch their video. It was just that I didn't have time. And sure enough, the people would go off in a huff, and guess what? I would lose that subscriber. So now I kind of had a chance to think about that, and I said, you know what? This is kind of ridiculous. These people, it seems like all they want to do is subscribe to you just so you can subscribe to them, so you can watch their videos. They're never going to watch your videos again. I know not everybody does that, but there's a nice group of people that have that as their MO, and it's really unfortunate. So now the armor key, here we go. So now my stance is I don't even answer people like that. It's just, for this particular one, it's very interesting. It's kind of funny because the comment that I received, and I said what it was. Hey man, blah, 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 blah. First of all, it's so obvious that that person copied and pasted that comment, probably pasted it on one of my videos, and then probably pasted it on like 50 other channels. Hey, I subscribed to you. Now, how much do you want to bet that that person didn't even watch the video that they put that comment on? I can guarantee you that that person did not watch my video. You know why? Because the first two words, hey man. If you watch 10 seconds of my video, okay, fine, maybe 30 seconds of my video, you'll know I'm not a man. Okay? So right there, I know you did not watch my video. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, I'll cut this rant. It turned out to be a somewhat long rant, so I do apologize, but it's just something that's not appropriate in my opinion. If I don't go to your channel and beg you to watch my videos on your channel, don't come to mine and do that. You know what I mean? It's just it's not right. You have to put in the work like everybody else is. You just have to put in the work. And I'm sorry, copying and pasting a comment onto 50 channels, that's not work. That's not hard work. But I digress. So anyway, I have to kind of backtrack here, back and forth. I do apologize. I was not expecting to pick up that many items in this room. So, but thankfully it's not too far. I mean, like I said, what's Resident Evil if it's not backtracking? Now, I can't help but wonder if Alone in the Dark, you know that game. I've never played any of the Alone in the Dark games. I've heard of them. If they had backtracking like this. I kind of watched a few seconds of I guess it was a Let's Play of Alone in the Dark one time. That seems to be a tongue twister for me, by the way. And it looked like the controls were kind of similar to these controls, sort of, but I might be wrong. It just looked the movement looked very, very unique. You know, like it looked very particular. So I do have a PlayStation Alone in the Dark game that I picked up. That's something I enjoy doing. I love going to retro game stores, and it's usually when I go to retro game stores, I kind of have a mission, so I kind of have a specific game that I want to pick up. But sometimes I have a weak moment and I say, I want to try that game. So that was one of those. I have Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare, or something like that.
Jill.
Barry, I didn't mean to get you that excited.
Right. Anyway, you should read this.
Rest of the letter is legible. Alma. Alma? Oh, fear. I tried to survive only to see you again. Oh, my love for you. In an hour, I'll have entered my eternal sleep where there is peace. Please understand. Please know that I'm sorry, Martin.
What do you make of it?
Well, I guess we were right about this mansion being quite unnatural.
You have a way with understatements.
Where's the part that's torn off?
Well, my only guess is that it was the most important part, and somebody didn't want anyone to see it. Let's continue our investigation.
Alright, so it was kind of a nice meet-up with Barry. To raise some kind of creature. Alright, so we're gonna take this fish hook here. I like what they did with this. I don't know if we can consider this a puzzle. It really isn't. But so we're gonna pick up this right here. Fishing lures. Okay. You know, I do like fishing. I do, actually. I've not done it in a very long time, but I love it. I love it. I really do. But I wouldn't catch fish to eat them or anything like that. I would just catch fish and then re-release them back into the wild, which is it's just how I did it. I don't know. But I can see why people like it. It's definitely a very relaxing hobby, so that's kind of cool. Collection of insect specimens. So I'm not gonna press that yet. So I'm assuming that the golden thing is attached to the other golden thing, and I'm gonna put it over here. Okay. So let's just grab this. Let's put that down, and I'm gonna put this specimen here. I thought there was gonna be something in this lab coat, but I was wrong. And before I press it, let me put this down. Okay, what do we have here? Ah, the wind crest. Very, very good. Okay, what does this make any sense to you guys? I had this thing in my pocket this whole time. It wasn't moving. It was just fine in my inventory. Now all of a sudden it decides to wake up. Well, that's a little weird to me. But I'm out of here. I was really hoping it wasn't poisonous or anything like that, because there's bugs later in the game that actually do turn out to be poisonous, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I think I'm just about done with this area. There's, I think, a couple other doors that I need to open with the armor key. And I have this wind crest here, which actually turns out to be optional. You technically don't need it. You use it to get a weapon. But if you remember, like, if you've played the original game, the director's cut, you would, in the director's cut version of the game, in the original version of the game, the wind crest was a required item to progress. Okay, we have one of these. Basically, you have to push these in a certain sequence to... You have to push these in a certain sequence, and I think you do it to avoid getting gassed. Getting, like, gassed with a poisonous gas. I don't know. Now, apparently I heard that there was some issue with the Wesker report, something like that. Okay, so this looks promising. Now, how much do you want to bet pushing this last statue is gonna screw everything up? Oh, of course. Alright, yeah. What I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of trying to figure out obviously the solution. So I don't have the solutions to any of these puzzles memorized. It's been a long time. It's been years since I've actually played this game, so I'm quite rusty at it. What I'll do is I'm gonna, like, edit out parts that I feel are a little too long, I feel are a little unnecessary. So, okay, this is not going very well. Yikes. Alright, what I'll probably do here is I'm gonna try a couple more possibilities, and if it gets to be a little excessive, I'll cut out everything until I get to the solution. So please bear with me. Now, what I'm wondering is, there's some pictures up there that might help me. I don't know if they'll help you. They give you a clue, but okay, this is turning into what, an Abbott and Costello routine or something like that. So, alright. I might have to do this offline, folks. Let's try one more thing. Let's see what this does here. Okay, so that pushes that guy out. Alright, so I'll be back with the solution in the next video. See you guys next time.